polynomials, which is one of the easiest chapters. The reason why I say polynomials is easiest is there's nothing tricky in it. They define certain mathematical operations, and those operations could be tricky. But as far as polynomials as a chapter and the concerned, what you call the applications that we do in polynomials are only physical applications. If you can add, you can add them. If you know how to add, you can add them. If you know how to multiply, you can multiply them. If you know how to manipulate the powers, you can manipulate. So there's nothing like you have to think and do it. There are certain standard procedures defined. And when there is a defined process happens, then I definitely treat, as far as maths is concerned, they are very easiest things. And one of the easiest chapters, that's why I call polynomials is one of the easiest. So right, though I kept the heading algebraic expression as Arnav suggests, let's begin the evaluation process. One is we have something called variable versus constant. This is first entity that we come across. Maybe if I'm sure you might have come across this in your 6th class. Variable is something which changes, which doesn't remain fixed. Whereas constant is, you don't have any choice of it. It's fixed there. Something which is fixed is a constant, and something which can change is a variable. Standard wording itself, it's an English meaning only. But if you want to relate, then science perspective, variable is something like a parasite. Like Arnav has given me a beautiful example. He says circumference of a circle, 2 pi r. Take area of a triangle, half into base into height. Take area of a square, side square. So if you take 2 pi r kind of a thing, that is circumference of a circle, 2 is fixed. Pi is fixed, though we don't know the exact number, but it's a fixed number. But when it comes to r, if Arnav draws a circle, he will have his own radius. That means the circle's radius that Arnav draws depends on Arnav. Whereas at the same time, if Bhumika draws a circle, I simply say draw a circle. So remember again, circle is a fixed entity. That's a unique diagram. Whoever draws circle will be circle only. Don't ask me to draw a circle. What I have drawn on the board is also a circle, but assume that to be a circle. So my circle has its own radius. Bhumika will have her own circle's radius. If I ask Sahas to draw a circle, he will draw a circle with certain radius, 3 centimeters, 5 centimeters, 2.5 centimeters. So here the R component changes from person to person. They are all variables. Now what happens is a combination of variable and a constant may be there, may not be there. This combination would give us the second term of mathematics, which is term. Now what should I do with this? I take a constant, say 7. I take a variable, say x. What are the different operations I can perform? I can either add, or I can subtract, I can multiply, I can divide. The last two operations, and of course there is something called exponential, because now that you've crossed your 7th and 8th class, I can use this word also, is a separate operation. Now these last three operations now, multiplication, division, exponents, that means 7 into x, 7 by x, or x by 7, 7 to the power of x, exponents, x to the power of 7. These 5 combinations when I get, which are not separated by addition or subtraction, but are combined by either a multiplication operation or a division operation or an exponential operation. If you remember, there is something in your 5th class, if I am correct. There's something called modulus operations. Do you have this?
Yes, sir.
What about this? It's like how many mod of 7 base 2 is 1. If 7 is divided by 2, then the remainder it leaves is 1. So it's like clock works to the modulus 12. Like that, there is another operation. So term definition is much wider as you go on learning some new topics of maths. But as of 7th, 8th, and 9th class level, even up to 10th class level, I restrict to only 3 operations: a variable and a constant, or some variables and some constants. It could be a combination of, are combined by either multiplication, division, and exponent. Then such combinations are called as terms. So I can expand this. I can write 7 into x by y. Now here if you see, I combined two variables, x and y are variables. 7 is a constant. But when I combined these three quantities, I used either multiplication or division only. Then this whole thing is called as term. Is the idea of term clear? You take two constants, 2 and 3, two variables, x and y, combine them, 2x by 3y, no problem. This is a term. Take another constant, 4, whole raised to the power 4 is still a term only. So any combination in which I use multiplication, division, and exponent as of now, such combinations are called as term. What you should not see is there should be no addition, no subtraction. Is the idea of term clear?
Yes, sir.
Now I pick up some terms, 2 or 3 more terms, and then operate by the two fundamental operations which are removed, that is this addition and subtraction. Take term 1, term 2, add them or subtract them. Instead of 2 terms, I'll take 3 terms, add them, subtract them. Such combinations are called as expressions. So as we wrote, 7x is a term, 3y by 4 is a term, x rises to the power 5 is a term, y rises to the power 1 by 2 is a term. If I combine them either by plus or minus, then such a combination becomes a expression. So what is expression basically? An expression is a combination of terms. Term is a combination of variables and constants. But the difference between term and expression is term is a combination of variables and constants combined by the operations of multiplication, division, and exponents. Whereas expression is a combination of terms where 2 or more terms are combined by addition or subtraction. Such combinations are called as expressions. Now coming to our main chapter heading. If this is expression, then what is a polynomial? Polynomial is nothing but which do not have this kind of rational powers. Whatever the powers are present, the power should be integers. Not only integers, they should be only positive integers. That means what happened now? An expression can be in the form 7 by x minus 4y plus 3x to the power of 1 by 2 minus 5y to the power of minus 4 by 3. This is an expression because each of them, 7 by x is a term, 4 into y is a term, 3x to the power of half is a term, 5y to the power of minus 4 by 3 is a term. But can I call this as a polynomial?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Why I cannot call it as a polynomial? What is the condition that fails?
So 1 by 2 will become under root 3x.
So 1 by 2 is not allowed, that's all, whatever it becomes.
Yes, sir.
1 by 2 is not allowed. Minus 4 by 3 is not allowed. In fact, by x is also not allowed because by x will become x to the power of minus 1. Minus 1 not allowed. Y to the power of 1 allowed. X to the power of half not allowed. Minus 4 by 3 not allowed. x to the power of -1 not allowed. Now you tell me. 3x square minus 4x cube plus 6. Is this a polynomial? Milan? If you can't speak, you can type. Bhumika, what do you think? Is it a polynomial?
Yes, sir.
But there is a negative power.
But sir, only sir if the power of the variable is negative, then only it cannot be a polynomial.
Okay. Arnav, Bhumika says power -2 for constant is allowed. It is not allowed for variable. So she says this is still a polynomial. What do you think?
Sir, it is a polynomial.
Is a polynomial. So the negative power should not be there. Fraction power should not be there. These conditions are applied only for variables. Right? So if I combine all these conditions, polynomial is an expression. What type of an expression? In such an expression in which the variable has only positive integral powers. So my question now is, every polynomial is an expression, true or false? Every polynomial is an expression.
False, sir.
False?
Yes, sir.
Sahas, what do you think?
Sir, true.
Yeah, Bhumika.
Sir, true.
Bhumika says it's true. Bhumika says every polynomial will be an expression. All right, Arnav, can you tell me a polynomial which is not an expression?
Sir, 9.
Only number 9
Yes, sir.
is a polynomial, agree with you. But do you think it's not an expression?
Sir, it is not an expression.
Why?
Sir, because an expression is separated by the
9
operation.
plus 0x. No, addition is very powerful operation. When you are learning addition, there is something called additive identity. Do you remember?
Yes,
When
sir.
0 is added, the value doesn't change. The value is not affected by adding 0. This was taught to me in my 4th class or 5th class. But why teacher teaches me about the identity is not that you don't know the character of 0. Whenever I need something which is missing, but I need it to be present, then I can write it as 0 as an additional factor. That doesn't affect my given expression. It remains the same. So 9, as you say, is a polynomial and it is also a expression. If you're thinking there is no addition quantity in that, then you can add 0 to it. Now I'll make it more clear to you. Every individual term is an expression. What do you think? Is it true or false? Every term is an expression. I'm trying my level best to make Milan either message me or talk. I think he is connected and sleeping. So let's see what is a polynomial by mathematical definition. I'm sure no need of mentioning them because you have both the study material and you finished your class. But keeping aside the general discussion, let's give a mathematical expression. That's important. In which the variables involved have only non-negative. This is important. The variables involved have only non-negative integral powers. Such expression in which every variable present has a non-negative integral power is called a polynomial. So if I can write 7x plus 5y square minus 3x into y plus 2. That's a polynomial. What are the variables present? X is present, power is 1, which is positive. Y is present, variable, square, power is 2, positive. Here both the variables x and y are present. Both the powers are 1 and 1. So the combined power is 2, positive. 2 variable is not present. So I write variable is present with the power 0. So power is 0, which is also non-negative. Therefore, every power present here with whichever the variable present, the total term is, total expression is a polynomial. Now, when I am talking particularly about this term, I have seen individual power 1 and 1 and the combined power is 2 and therefore positive. Now, my question is 7x plus 5y square minus 3x to the power of half y to the power of 3 by 2 plus 2. My question is this a polynomial? I'll tell you why I ask. The first term has a power 1. The power is 1, positive. Second term has only one variable y. Power is 2, positive. X has a power half. Another variable is also present. Y has a power 2. So the combined terms power is 1 by 2 plus 3 by 2, that is 4 by 2, that is 2, which is positive. There is no x term, so I'll assume there is x power 0. Power is 0, positive, in fact non-negative. So every term here has a positive power. So is the second case, that is B, I'll call it B, and this is expression A. A is a polynomial confirmed. Is B a polynomial? Arnav says it's not a polynomial. Why Arnav is it's not a polynomial?
Because two like terms when multiplied, so then their powers are added. Like x and x, so 1 upon 2 plus 3.
No, I understood what you are saying. This is only to calculate the combined power. So while determining the degree, when I come across, I'll explain you. I'll get back to you. I'm not adding them. I'm looking at the combined power of the term. For 3, x to the power of half, y to the power of 3 by 2. That's a single term, right? Multiplied only. One variable, one constant and two variables are multiplied. So this is a term. My question is, what is the power of the term? Is 1 by 2 plus 3 by 2 only. See, what I'm talking is x square into y cube. What is power of this term, whole term? 2 x variables, 3 y variables. So total number of variables in that term is 5.
Yes, sir. So, but the variable will be 1 by 2 only, no?
For variable, the power should be non-negative. Not the term should have a positive power. The importance is this word. It should be the variable which should have a non-negative integral power. Not the term should have a non-negative power. If the word would have been an algebraic expression in which the terms involved would have a non-negative integral power, then this would have been a polynomial. But it's not the term. It is the individual variable, x as an individual variable, y as an individual variable should be having non-negative integral powers. Then only it will be called as a polynomial. Is the idea clear to all four of you? And each word of the definition is important. That's why I'm considering so many examples.
Sir, so B will be a polynomial.
B will not be a polynomial because variable x has no positive integral power. It has a rational power. Variable y has a rational power. But the term has an integral power. In the first line when I'm writing, they are powers of variables. When I'm writing this 2, this is the power of a term, not of variable. These are the powers of variables. And the condition is variables should have integral powers, not the term.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, Bhumika trying to say something?
Sir, can you please explain again, sir? Because I'm not able to figure out, sir. How did you do
Yeah,
it?
I'll get that. See, I'm considering two examples. One is 7x cubed minus 4x square plus 3x y square minus 2. That is an expression, right? A combination of 4 terms. I'm writing, for both the examples, I'll write two things. One is power of variables and power of term. Now you'll understand clearly. For this, tell me what are the powers of variables. 3 for the first term, 2 for the second term. For this, it is 1 and 2. And for the last term, it is 0 because there is no variable in it. So I'll treat as if there is an x power 0 present. Is this idea clear? They are the powers of variables, but they are not the powers of term. For this first term, the power is 3, which is same as power of variable. For the second, the power of the term is also 2 because only one variable. But for the third term, the power is 3, 1 plus 2. Again, for the last, it is 0 only. Is this difference clear? Power of the variable and power of the term. Is this clear? Bhumika?
Yes, sir.
Now I'll consider the same another example. I'll keep the remaining terms as it is. 7x cubed, 4x square minus 2 into x to the power of half into y to the power of minus 3 by 2 minus 4. This is another expression. This is an expression, no doubt. Tell me what are the powers of variables. 3 for the first, 2 for the second, and for the third it's going to be half and minus 3 by 2. And for the last, because there is no variable, the power is 0. These are the powers of variables. Tell me what are the powers of terms. First term, only one variable, power remains to be, term also remains to be 3. For the second, power of the term remains to be 2. For the third, power is 1 by 2 minus 3 by 2. That is minus 1. For the last, it is 0. Is this clear now, Bhumika?
Yes, sir.
Now, 3x cubed minus 4x square into y cubed plus x to the power of half into y to the power of 5 by 2 plus y to the power of 4. These are the terms. Again, this is an expression. Tell me what are powers of variables in this. 3. Here it is 2 and 3. Here it is half and 5 by 2. Here it is 4. What are powers of the terms? Only one term, so it is 3. Here it is 2 and 3. Combination is 5. Half and 5 by 2. Sum is 6 by 2, that is 3. This is only one term, so power is 4. Now I wrote 3 examples on board. One is C, this is B, this is A. Now observe Bhumika. A is a polynomial. My question is B a polynomial? Bhumika, is it a polynomial B?
No, sir.
It's not a polynomial.
No, sir, it's not a polynomial. Because, sir, one term is coming, sir, in minus, sir. The
Okay.
power is in minus.
Which? Power of the variable or power of the term? Because both are having negative.
The term.
Power of the term is coming negative. Now my
Negative.
question is important. C. Is C a polynomial?
Sir, C is a polynomial.
C is a polynomial.
Yes,
Because
sir.
no negative power is coming. Arnav, do you
Yes.
agree with Bhumika?
No, sir.
Bhumika says B is not a polynomial because there is -1 as a power, but C is a polynomial because all power of the terms are all positive. Do you agree with her?
No, sir.
Why C is not a polynomial?
Sir, C and B both are not polynomials because, sir, the power of terms is, sir, positive, or in B, sir, it is -1, and in C, it's 3. Sir, but
Right.
in a polynomial, it is written that variables. Sir, in
Bhumika, is the idea clear now to you?
so we consider the variable when describing a polynomial.
For a polynomial, the condition that non-negative powers are needed is not for the term, it should be for the variables. So B is also not a polynomial, not because -1. It is because of this value. C is also not a polynomial, not because of 3, because of these powers. The condition that is required is for power of variables, but not on power of the term. Bhumika, is your concept clear now?
Yes, sir. Now I got it.
It should not be for the whole term. It should be only for each variable. Each of the individual variables should have non-negative integral powers. So these are the simple places where we lose objective questions. And losing an objective question is not that you lose, I mean, instead of getting 1 mark, you will get 0 mark. Instead of getting 1 mark, you will get -1 mark. Instead of getting 4 marks, you will get -1 mark. So the effective loss becomes 5. Here we should be very careful. And there's nothing maths in this. As I told you in the beginning of the chapter, there's nothing maths in this. What we are missing is fundamental definitions and actual ideas between the term and a variable, idea between them. Right? Should we proceed?